So, welcome to Austin, Texas. We are walking on a Friday night at 6:59 p.m. and I am with 5 group of 8 folks behind me, and we're walking over to have Texas barbecue at a place called Cooper's Barbecue, just on the other side of Congress Avenue in what they call downtown Austin. And we've just had our first day of the Alcohol-Free Lifestyle Wellness Weekend, which is our annual event. We haven't been able to have it the last couple of years because of the pandemic, but we have successfully started this year's event, which is amazing. And today we had lots of great speakers, including our Project 90 coach Victoria English, former Project 90 coach Kevin Schuweiler. We had a silent disco dance where we danced and got into our body, and many of the folks there were telling me that was the first time that they had danced without alcohol or without any substance, and they got into their body. Here's one gentleman, Dave, who had a great day. What's your name, where you live, what's your age? Tell us a little bit about yourself for the listener.
Sure. What's up, everybody? I'm Dave. I live in Columbus, Ohio. I'm 39 years old. Grateful to be out here in Austin. Feels like a fall night. It's like 20 degrees or less in Columbus where I live. So, yeah, we're walking over to eat some barbecue right now. Today was a great day and able to connect with a lot of other people in the P90 program.
Amazing. You're one of our Project 90 clients.
Correct.
How many days alcohol-free are you?
I'm day 49, or I think it's day 50 or 49.
Amazing.
Sure. Yeah.
Congratulations, Dave.
Thank you, bro.
Well done. And what's the longest that you've gone without alcohol previously, and how's your experience so far?
So this is the longest I've gone in my adult drinking career. Yeah.
Wow.
Honestly. And what was your second question?
And how
was my experience?
Yeah, how's your experience been?
So,
if that's the longest that you've gone without alcohol, how are you feeling?
So my first, I would say maybe 2 weeks, I was having trouble sleeping because I kind of used alcohol as a way to pass out at night, quite honestly. It was making me fall asleep. So I struggled the first couple of weeks in my sleeping, but now I'm sleeping better than I ever have before. Massive mental clarity. It's like I pop out of bed and I could write an essay, or I could jump right. I could do anything I want,
Nice.
All the fog is gone. I'm super productive in my business.
Yep.
I'm a real estate investor. I've been buying and selling houses for 16 years.
Wow.
And I'm just absolutely crushing it. And that healthy competitive spirit of mine is coming out.
Nice.
I just kind of, when I was drinking, I got very complacent in a lot of my ways. And I was still going through the motions of work and business, but I just lost that spirit.
Yes.
So a lot of that is back, and people are noticing.
Including your wife. What's your wife's name?
Her name is Lindsay.
Yeah, she's here. Why don't we get her on here?
Lindsay, get in here. You're on the podcast.
Oh.
Lindsay, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, James. I'm excited to be here.
Now, you're the wife of Dave, and he started on this journey about 50-something days ago.
49 or 50.
49 or 50 days. Yes. So what did you think when he told you this is what he was going to do?
I was very excited for one. I didn't know what to expect, but there was kind of a pattern for me before he started. So it was kind of one of those things where it's like he just did it on his own. He recognized hey, I kind of want to change things. I don't like where I'm headed. And so the fact that he did that on his own, and I never even had to have a conversation with him, because I told him, I was going to have a talk with you because things started to get a little bit like it wasn't him and that wasn't who he was. So I was really proud of him to take that step and do that. And honestly, the transformation he's made with this program, I literally am in awe, because I love how this program it's just for all aspects of your life, not just drinking. It's about, your personal life, your business, just everything, your career, everything. And also the positive words of affirmation, changing your thinking to a more positive way and approach versus a negative way.
Yes.
And I like the empowerment, the words you guys use is more from an empowerment or a place of empowerment versus negativity. So that I think is just amazing. It's an incredible self-improvement, self-development program.
Yes.
So
amazing. And you get to benefit.
I do. So I get golden nuggets. Every time he gets off a call, I'm like, okay, so what were the golden nuggets tonight? I want to hear all these golden nuggets. So it's been an inspiration for me, and it's actually changed me where I'm actually journaling in the morning now and doing more of a gratitude journal. And I've noticed some changes in myself and even my business doing that. So he's definitely rubbing off on me, which is great. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, that's so great to hear. When he said that he didn't like the direction that he was heading in,
Yes.
what did he mean? What was he talking about? Was it just his drinking, or was it the effects of the drinking, or what do you think it was?
I think it was both, actually, a little bit of both. He was just headed in a place that was scary. I mean, it's like you get to a point where I'm going to ruin everything that I've created.
Yes.
So, he was at a point where it's like, I'm either going to ruin my relationship, I'm going to ruin my business, and it's just not worth it anymore. You hit that point where it's like, I think everybody hits a breaking point at some point to really change, and that was definitely what happened to him.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that. We're walking over the bridge now. I'm not sure if this is called Congress Bridge, but it's Congress Avenue, and we're walking up to, I don't know what that building's called, but it's like let's call it Capitol Hill in Austin,
It looks like
Texas.
Capitol Hill, for sure.
Doesn't it? It doesn't it? Yeah.
Beautiful.
So we're walking over Lady Bird Lake right now. It's exactly 7:05 p.m. Pretty brisk. Pretty chilly, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of like Ohio weather. We're from Columbus, Ohio, so it's a little bit warmer than Ohio. But
It's okay for you.
It's not too bad.
Lindsay, thank you so much for sharing
you're welcome.
Dave's story. We'll move back here.
problem.
And here we've got Christina, who's been on the show now at least a couple times, I think.
Yeah, at
Who's
least.
From New York. And tell us your profession again. Remind our listeners.
Well, I'm Christina, the carriage driver. I drive a carriage in Central Park, so
Yes.
that's what everybody remembers about me.
Exactly. So if you're ever in New York City next and you're in Central Park and you want a carriage ride, seek out Christina.
Literally everybody knows who I am. You literally can ask for Christina, the carriage driver, and everybody can point you, and I'll be happy to tell you guys all about the park and the horses and everything.
And Christina has been on the show. So if you go back and look, if you type in Christina Hansen, you'll be able to listen to her interview that we did when she completed her 90 days alcohol-free. So I invite you to scroll back a few months and you can listen to that. How are you going now? What's the update?
Well, everything is great. It's 9.5, almost 10 months now alcohol-free.
Wow.
My first day of Project 90 was on April 1st. So I don't know how many days that is now, but now I'm counting the months. But yeah, if you go back looking for the podcast, my 90 days would have been at the end of June. So
You're coming up 1 year alcohol-free.
Yeah, it'll be 2.5 months now, 2 months from now, yeah.
Wow. And did you ever think that you would be the type of person that would go almost a year alcohol-free?
Not anytime recently. not anytime in the past, 10 years or so, yeah. It's been the best decision I could have made for my mental and physical health, and a lot more clarity about everything, and I just feel so much better all the way around.
Yeah. Amazing. And then you joined our Beyond 90 program, which is a program that comes obviously at the completion of Project 90. What benefits have you been getting from that, or what's been your experience from that program?
Well, I still had, because of a lot of things, if you listen to the podcast, you'll know a lot of the things that went on with me during Project 90. So I hadn't done some of the work about, getting back out and socializing and stuff that a lot of people do in Project 90. So I was needing a little bit more of that. But then one of the great things about Beyond 90 is that, you commit to being alcohol-free for a year, and then we go on from there. But there's so many other things that now that you're not drinking and this bad habit is not taking up so much of your time. It's like, now what? Now what are your goals? What do you want to do? What do you want to accomplish? How do you want to get better? Whether it's in business or relationships or fitness or whatever. And it's a lot of Project 90 alums getting together and figuring out what's next. What's the next great thing? So that's what we do on Beyond 90, and it's been really great.
Yeah. And it seems like you've made some great friends, not just acquaintances that you see on a Zoom call, but some great friends, and now you get to meet them in person here this weekend.
Yes, yeah. I mean, that's the community. That's what makes this work, is that, you get to know people, and that it's the community and the support that really makes the difference. It's very difficult to do this on your own. So
Yeah. Now, I'm just going to stop for a second because I want to make sure nobody gets hit. Okay, we're going to cross the road. Everyone, let's cross the road. Here we go. We're just crossing the road. I feel like the lollipop man. In Australia, that the man who comes out and helps the school kids cross the road is called the lollipop man. Yeah. All right, so we're going to cross over here, guys, and then cross over to this side, whichever one is first. We're still going here on the podcast here. Who's next? Victoria, how was your day today? And you're here with your father, Bob.
I am.
And
Here
Bob-
with my dad.
And Bob was on the podcast about a month or so ago, wasn't he?
About
4 months ago, was it?
Seemed like a month ago. It goes so fast.
And may I ask how old you are, Bob?
83.
83. And how many marathons have you run?
About 26 or 27. I lost count. I did a 100-miler too.
26 or 27 marathons. Is everything okay? It seems a little lazy to me.
No, everything's fine. Everything's working.
And how was it to see your daughter speaking today and being amongst her community? Victoria, your daughter, obviously is a top Project 90 coach.
I always knew she was a superstar. She was in school. She always shined. She always was the one, you know. But I'm very proud of her.
Thanks, Dad.
She grew up to be not only a pretty girl, but a neat girl who just loves people.
Yeah, that's been my experience of Victoria as well. Isn't it amazing to see? Like, everyone here has been touched, moved, and inspired by your daughter, which must feel pretty good.
That's very satisfying.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, sure has helped me along the ways too.
Thanks, Dad.
She's a loving girl.
How do you think the first day went today, Victoria?
I think it was fantastic. Everyone came with good energy and open hearts, open minds, eager to learn and share and inspire others. I think there's some really good takeaways today. And I think the ending with that silent disco was tremendous. I think it provided some breakthroughs for people, emotionally, physically, spiritually. Some of them, it was their first time that they've really been in their body, moving like that, without alcohol.
Yeah,
And
isn't that interesting that people don't dance without alcohol? I mean, it's interesting, but it shouldn't really be interesting either, should it? It should just be, oh yeah, people dance and you don't need substance to do so.
yeah, I loved what Rome said about watch a child dance. Watch how free they are in their bodies. And that's what it's meant to be. Our bodies are vessels to serve us, for us to enjoy.
Yes.
So I thought that was a brilliant end to the day.
Yeah, amazing. And just a reminder, if you're listening to this, if you'd like to speak to Victoria about the possibility of joining our community, we do our best work with what we refer to as high performers. That's entrepreneurs or executives or real estate investors, folks who are probably making at least six figures. We have a few folks who make 7 and even 8 figures in our community. If that's you, if you consider yourself a high performer and you would like help getting long-term power over your drinking habits, then you can book a 15-minute exploratory call with Coach Victoria at alcoholfreelifestyle.com/schedule. And that link is also in the show notes of this podcast. Well, we have just arrived at Cooper's Barbecue. Guys, we're here.
All right.
This is Cooper's. All right, so walk in this way. So we're just arriving at the barbecue. So let's go inside here. Let's have a look. Come on in. Amazing. So we're just walking inside Cooper's Barbecue. We're going up to the place where it says place meat orders here. So we'll start to wrap this up now. And what do they got? They got brisket for $26.49 a pound, beef ribs $28.49 a pound, half chicken. It's good. So we're going to say goodbye for now. Thank you so much for listening. You can go to alcoholfreelifestyle.com for more information. There's some details in the show notes here. It's also a YouTube channel at alcoholfreelifestyle.com/YouTube. If you feel compelled to write a review, if this has been helpful, I would so appreciate it. And thank you so much for listening from day one at the Alcohol Free Lifestyle Wellness Weekend from Austin, Texas. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I want to load you up with some free stuff. If you look in the show description, there's a link there to get my guide, which is the Alcohol Freedom Formula Guide. And in that guide, I will walk you through the process and system for successfully reducing or quitting alcohol. It's the same system and process that I give to my clients inside of Project 90. And if you would like to get your hands on that guide, you can click the link in the description part of this episode, or you can go to alcoholfreelifestyle.com/guide. guide. Likewise, if you would like to be considered for Project 90 to join our community and get some accountability, some coaching, and have fun, achieve some goals over at least 90 days with our help and support, then you're invited to schedule a complimentary coaching call with one of my coaches. You can do that by clicking the link in the show description or going to alcoholfreelifestyle.com/schedule. Now, Project 90 is for over 30s only, and it's really for people who are ready to get long-term power over alcohol. You don't have to quit forever, but you will have to quit for at least 90 days with our support. Just a reminder, 95% of my content is free and plastered all over the internet. If you just Google James Swanwick and the word alcohol, you'll find that. For those of you who want additional support, if you want coaching, fun, accountability, if you realize that you can't do this on your own or you just plain don't want to, then I invite you to schedule that call and we can talk about if Project 90 is for you. If you would like to take some of my supplements, swanvitality.com is the website. I'll put a link in the show notes as well. I have a liver support product called Loving Liver, which I designed and specially formulated to help remove toxins from your liver after years of alcohol consumption. Again, there's a link in the show description. We've also got a green powder there, which turns into a green juice filled with amazing ingredients to support you and give you energy throughout the day. And there's also a magnesium product, which I take every night to help me prepare for sleep and to sleep through the night. So there's a few options there. Lastly, if this episode or the show in general has helped you or supported you in any way, I would so appreciate it if you would write a review. It really does help the show climb the rankings and expose the show to people who don't yet know about us. So if this show has benefited you in any way and you feel compelled to pay it forward, just writing a short little review, hopefully a nice one, will be so appreciated and I will thank you immensely. Lastly, if you'd like to talk to me about anything at all, feel free to send me an email at james@alcoholfreelifestyle.com. I do read and respond to every email. And you can also follow me on Instagram at James Swanwick. Send me a message there. And I look forward to connecting with you soon. Catch you on the next one.